So while the second half had just been started, Desmond Lewis Masters replying to Explorers Masters, 124-6. There are 16 for no wicket. You got Watson and 1 and Tyrone Gale and 15. The bowler is Hermans. Oliver Buckles had bowled 1 over for 16 runs. Hermans had just started the second over. So it's another 4 there. Desmond Lewis is on the march. This will be their only game for today, and obviously they should be the champion because they haven't lost a game. This is their third game. Score is 22 for no wicket. Gale and 19, Watson and 2. So after 2 overs, score is 24. 24 for no wickets. Desmond Lewis Masters replying to Explorers Masters 120 for 6 in their 15. That could go all the way. There's a man there, but it's I think he saved the fall inside. So while there's a talk whether it was a 6 or it was 1, the umpire still deciding. I guess it was ruled as a single. While we go back on the international scene, Delhi Capital 183 for 5. They are in the 19th over. That one was hit down over the bowler's head and it went over the fence for 6. So Watnad decided to open up. So it's Andrew Buckles who is bowling the 3rd over. He's bowling to Watson, who is on 9-31 for no wicket. That was a better ball. Plays it to third man and gets a single. Score moves to 32 for no wicket. Desmond Lewis Masters. So at the end of the third over, which was a lengthy over, 32 for no wicket. And on the international scene, Delhi Capitals won 191 for 5 in their 20 overs up against Chennai Super Kings. So it's while we return to live cricket, Explora Masters, who make 120 for 6. They're still in the first game with 2 more games to follow after this. That was hit at the pad. No run. That's a good catch there. So the first wicket down for Desmond Lewis Masters. And now 32 for 1.
All right, Wiley. Just like that.
And good morning, everyone. It's back to the Silver Star Stadium Park. Cricket, lovely cricket again. Explorers Masters playing Desmond Masters Lewis. Explorers Masters in yellow and fielding. And Desmond Lewis Masters batting. Masters scored 120 for 6 and they're allotted 20 overs. Now we have a reply by the Desmond Masters Lewis with 47 for the loss of a wicket. Batting at the wicket is Desmond and Omar Watson. Omar Watson is on 22. Desmond is still to get off the mark. He's faced 2 balls. Omar Watson has faced 19 balls for his 22. And bowling for the Explorers Masters, we have Dustin Hermans. He's in his third over, 16 runs and a wicket. And it's 47 for 1. Desmond facing up, pushes it into the offside, scampers through for a single. The score goes to 48 for 1. And it's somewhat of a cloudy day today. There's quite a bit of cloud in the sky. We don't know if it means rain, but cloud, sky, we're playing cricket. And it's Masters cricket at its best.
I do this live. I was down there when I tuned in live, and someone said to me that they were talking. And I said, no, it's not talking because I'm down here. It's you hearing talking from somebody else with the phone. But I'm showing them what was going on out there. And I said, but I hear talking. I didn't expect that to be here.
There's the unexpected announcer. This one is short. Outside the off stump. And Omar Watson went for that pull shot and misses. He's been batting very well so far. 2 sixes in his innings of 22 from 19. Holding it together for the Desmond Lewis Masters. They're chasing 120. And in a Masters game, 120 could be a very good score. It's defendable. And this time, he swings this down to cow corner 4. The bowler came up a little bit more with this time, and he was on the front foot. Take him to the cow corner for 4. We got 3 games slated for today. This is the first of 3 games, which is the last day of the tournament. And all 6 teams will be all 6 teams will be playing today. This one is short of a length, and Omar White just turns it into the onside, and they scampers through for a single. 52 for 1, chasing 120. Desmond Lewis Masters. And I see the umpire swinging his arm there. That means it's end of the power play. 6 over power play. That's a very good power play score. 53 for 1 in 6. And on screen, you can see the batsmen, the bowlers. But what you don't see is the field setting. It's one of the Buckley boys again. There are 2 of them out there. And he's going to be bowling to a deep third man, a point cover. And the extra cover boundary. A long off, backward square, and a deep mid wicket, both on the boundary. Buckley has been one of the more steady bowlers that we've seen since the start of this competition. And here he comes again on a good length this time in the pads, and Desmond was quick to push Omar for that quick single, which is a late by signal by the umpire. Again, there's no one that close enough on the infield to stop a single. I think the batsmen have realized that and are taking advantage of the situation. Desmond is 1 run from 3 balls. One of former Myrtle Grove captain in South Florida. Bat left-handed is pretty straight player, plays quite straight. Buckley's up to him. He tries to push this into the vacant point region and misses. IPL score: Delhi Capitals made 191 for 5 and 20 overs, and Chennai Super Kings are 3 without loss after the first over. Desmond pushes this one into that vacant gap again. They take the single. That single is an offer. They're taking it. With the required run rate of 4.89, I think they're looking at not rushing to make this 120 runs. This time it's down the leg side for a wide. Andrew Buckley in his third over. So far he's given up 16 runs, economy rate of 6.4 per over, which is right at the required mark. 120 runs, 120 balls. That's 6 balls. A runner over, a runner ball will get you there. Quite comfortable. But the aggressor, Omar Watson, is taking strike now. And let's see how he approaches this. They brought in the mid wicket to the infield, so we only got the deep backward square. There's a short mid wicket on the backward square and mid on and the onside. And this time he pulls to that vacant long leg boundary for 4. Beautiful shot. 4 runs. And with the feel that Buckley has said that was not the right ball for that field. He brought the backward square. Around the cover mid-wicket somewhat and pulled the mid-wicket fielder out.
Plus, he's bowling short of a good length, but there's no man at the fine leg.
But he's got 2 fielders on the offside, 3 fielders on the offside boundary. So I would imagine with a field like that, you should be bowling more full deliveries outside or around off stump. And this one again is angling into the pads. Omar plays and misses. So the field that you set should dictate how and where you try to pitch the ball. This one again is full on the leg stump. Which was flicked down to the short, back with a square fielder and no run.
You see, Ken, you would think that when you reach masters in cricket, you would have so much knowledge of what to do with the ball and even what to do with the bat. Um, you get to the master's age where you may not be able to run as much as the youngster, but the knowledge that you gain through those years, you should be doing things even better. And that's why they said with experience, because as I said, the field that he set is not bowling to that field.
We've seen that it's a common thing around cricket. It speaks not so much. I don't know if it's a matter of experience, but it's a matter of understanding some of the basics of the game. Some people never got the basics, and therefore you see that throughout their entire cricketing career.
If you go back to the last ball that he bowled, he got the fine leg up in the circle, and he bowled a full ball at the leg stump. He was lucky he didn't it go straight to the fielder. Otherwise, it would be an easy four.
He has an offside field set and bowling consistently short and down the leg side. So score at 60 for 1. Desmond is back and pulling the new bowler through the mid wicket boundary for 4 again. Score moves on to 64. That's Desmond's first boundary. So he moves on to 6. And again, the scoring is through the leg side. And at the Masters level, what I've noticed with most of the teams is that the scoring is through the onside. And that I could attest to being, of a certain age. Most people think their power is now on the leg side. This one, Desmond practice through the offside, but there's a fielder on the cover boundary that retrieves and return to the wicket keeper. The new bowler is Mahfouz Ali. He's bowling to, there's a long off, long on. There's an extra cover fielder on the boundary for the right hander. And a backward square and a mid wicket on the boundary. He's bowling slow, apparently off spin over the wicket. This one is short of a length. Omar pushes it out the point, but there's a fielder there, no run. At that pace, you can't afford to bowl short. This one is short outside the off stump, and he cuts top edges, and it's running down to the third man boundary. Won't make it. The fielder retrieves. They've gone through for 2, and now back to the wicket keeper. So 2 more runs to the right-handed Omar. Omar Watson is down to 33 from 29 deliveries, striking at 113. Desmond is in 7. He's striking at 100. This time, Omar swings and misses, aiming for the onside again. And we can see Tuffy Foster out there in the mid off in the field. He's what you call a ball hawk. He tracks everything down on the infield. This one, Omar, plays forward defensive. And this Explorers team is not a bad team. They have some good players. I see Keeble all the way out there on the long off boundary also. These are guys that probably just made the cut as masters and have been playing cricket. So it's not a not a bad team. I'm not sure.
But just to touch on the international scene, the IPL is going on right now. You have the Delhi Capital who had made 191 for 5 in their 20 overs, and Chennai Super King replying they're 7 for 2. They had just lost a second wicket. They're 7 for 2. Obviously, they're gonna call in the veteran Dhoni to the rescue, but so far they're 7 for 2, chasing 190 made by the Delhi Capital. A couple of people had asked why Dhoni is still playing. But then Dhoni is well, not to mention how much he's loved in India, over the world, but also he's been helping out the young players for Super Kings. You got quite a few young players, and Dhoni is doing a good job even helping out the captain. And so at his age, I've seen a problem with him staying behind the stumps. If you look at um, the pace bowler from England, Jimmy Anderson, if he was in the West Indies, it's like
For sure.
he would be out of cricket for a long time now.
We got Kemar Roach still playing, so.
But Kemar Roach is, I would say, young compared to Jimmy Anderson. Kemar Roach should be maybe about 35. If I'm, yeah. In the West Indies, he's old. Yeah. So we're back to live cricket.
Back to life cricket. Lesman cuts forward of point to the deep point boundary for a single. The score: Explorers Masters versus Desmond Lewis Masters, who's in blue. Explorers Masters in yellow, defending 120. And the score is 69 for 1. At this juncture, off 8.1 overs. Omar Watson on 33 and A. Lesman is on 8. Short, and he pulls straight to the fielder and he drops it down. Puts it down on the wicket boundary. That
would be a beauty.
Yeah, that was hit very hard on a line. Straight to Buckley Brothers there. I'm not sure which one it is, whether it's Andrew. But it went straight to him at shoulder height. And he puts it down.
He did have to.
And he's shaking his hands.
Dive a little.
Probably damage his hands there. But
right.
that was hit very hard. Takes the score to 79 for 1. And this time, Lesman is going back with a score for 4. There's absolutely no one in that region. And this 120 is looking like it's going to be overall within the 20 overs, way within the 20 overs at the rate that these guys are going. That takes Desmond on to 12, and Omar Watson is on 34 from 32. Current run rate is 8.71. The required run rate is 4.09. So they're going at twice the rate, the required run rate. And again, he cuts through point to the fielder on the boundary. They crosses for another single. Takes the score on to 75. 75 for one, chasing 120 in 8 overs. This bowler continues to bowl short. This time he pulls it straight back over the bowler's head, and without much timing, it fell and stopped, and the long on field came around the retreat. This time he's got 5 on the on and 4 on the 5 on the off and 4 on the on, but he's bowling short, and that's the problem. Bowling short. That again was in the middle of the pitch, and there's no one in the backward square leg region. The entire region is open.
Dropped in the middle of the pitch and comes off the middle of the bat.
Again, as we've seen in this tournament, a lot of the scoring is on the onside. And a lot of the scoring is around backward square leg. Long leg and backward square mid-wicket. Those are the 3 areas where you see a lot of scoring taking place.
One of the things, though, Ken, it's like, while you mentioned about a lot of the scoring, it's on the leg side. It's also a lot of the bowling. It's on the leg side. For some reason, it's like, that's why there's so much wides, because they tend to want to bowl either straight to the leg stump or mid stump.
Yeah, when you invariably try to bowl up a wicket, from time to time it drifts down the leg side with the angle, because you're not bowling straight. But it's been, and this one is out. Omar is out. Another short delivery again. This time he pulls it over the bowlers that on mid-off came around and took the catch. And this one again, he could have pulled to the leg side if he wanted. It was that short.
Yeah, and it was slow. He sits up there and he waits on it, and if he could have even hit it square of the wicket.
Yeah. This one you could have hit anyway, but he hit it. He tries to hit it for a 6 back over the bowler's head, and didn't connect as well as he'd liked, and we see another wicket down. So it's now 80 for 2. Desmond Lewis Masters replying to 120 from Explorers Masters. First game of the day. Another batsman coming to the wicket. Let's see. Yeah, so Watson made 35 from 34 balls, 2 4s and 2 6s in his innings of 35. A very powerful leader of the ball. And we got Donald Bennett coming to the wicket. Taking his guard right-hander, it appears to be. And Mahfouz Ali, in his second over, he's given up 8 runs. Now he's adjusting his field, bringing that mid-wicket a little wider. But again, the backward square leg region is wide open. You have the man mid-wicket. You got the long on. You got the long off and the man on the extra cover boundary. He's got those 3 fielders on the inside and the outside, and just he's got a straight me down and a square leg also. This time it's up. Very slow outside the off stump. At least he's keeping the ball outside the off stump, which is really asking questions. Once you pitch outside the off stump, you're asking questions and a good length. He's not bowling quickly. I don't think he's spinning the ball that much, and this time he's on the stumps. Looks like the ball is just angling in to the right hander, but it's on a good length, and the batsman tucks it out to mid on. No run. As the keeper retrieves that one. 80 for 2, chasing 120. And this one was hit straight into the square leg hands. Well, I would say into the left hand of the square leg fielder who could hold on to it. They cross for a single. So Bennett is off the mark with 1 after facing 4 deliveries. And now Mahfouz Ali is going around the wicket to the left-handed Desmond. And he's got a backward square. And the man down on the point boundary there, run around and try to make a soccer play in that one, but kicks it straight into the boundary. They always say in cricket, feel the ball with your hands, not your foot. He tried to use his foot to stop it, and he kicks it straight into the boundary. So that's 4 more to Desmond, takes him on to 21 from 12. Score is 85 for 2. Desmond Lewis Masters responding to 120 from Explorers Masters. We can see the spectators are slowly rolling in. Other teams are rolling in. We got 2 more games coming up today. The music man is not here as yet. The jelly man is there. It's nice cold jelly water. The crowd is just a buzz right now.
Hi. Yeah.
$85 for 2. There's a lot of changing in the field going on. A lot of discussions around the field, placings. That's Baker's new bowler. Very meticulous about his field placing. Again, he's got a man on the deep extra cover boundary for the right hander, long off. He's got 3 men inside the circle on the offside. As he bowls, flights on the leg stump. Bennett strokes it between the into that gap between mid wicket and mid on. And crosses for 2. He's got a short mid wicket and 3 deep feelers on the onside. Flights again. This one takes the batsman on the pads. All right. 3 deep feelers this time on the leg side. Backward square mid wicket, long on. The offside, he's got 2. A long off and a deep extra cover. Flights came down and lofted down through that same gap between mid wicket and long on. And gets 4. 1 bounce into the fence. And Desmond Lewis Masters are moving closer and closer to that target of 120. David Baker, the new bowler, bowling the 4th ball of his spell here. Flights again, and the batsman Stroke this one down to vacant mid-on position for a single. Yes, there's a lot of protection in the outfield. When you're chasing 120, I think it needs to be more on the aggressive side, more so than the defensive side. Whenever you're faced with a small score, you definitely have to try and bowl the team out. So the intent should be to get wickets. This time he flights outside the off stump, placement goes for the cut, misses. There's a point man in the boundary there. It looks like Keeble. There's a short third man. There's a deep extra cover. Mid off and a long off. And on the onside, he's got two fielders on the boundary and two inside the circle. This time again outside the off stump, and the umpire signals wide. And this time he connects with that cut shot. Gets a single. End of the over. And that seems to be the plan is to take pace off the ball and force the batsman to put pace on the ball, generate all the pace with these slow bowlers. This is not a turning wicket. This is a pretty hard wicket. Might have even be concrete underneath that, Matty. So you're not going to get a lot of turn. So if you bowl slowly, you should get a bit of bounce. And I think with the bounce, we see a lot of shots played on the onside of the wicket, more so than the offside. Desmond Lewis Masters, 94 for 2, chasing 120. This is the 11th over being completed. Desmond is on 22 and Donald Bennett is on 8. And there's a new bowler coming in from the southern end. Bowling to the left-handed Desmond. He's got one fielder at the deep boundary, one at long off, protecting the offside. It appears to be David Buckley this time, number 17. At a practice run there. There's a long off, long on, mid-wicket. Short square leg. Mid on. The short third man a point and extra cover fielder. Short coming into the left hander who tucks him up and the wicket keeper retrieves no run. $95 for 2, chasing 120. Explorers Masters on the field defending 120. Has only been able to get 2 wickets. This is the 12th over been bowled. Again in the pads, and Desmond tucks it down to square leg. There's a fielder there, no run. And it's good. The sun is out, and there's quite a bit of clouds in the sky, but the sun is out. It's very warm this morning. short, and he pulls back with a square. No one's there, and it's another boundary. That was the fourth boundary by Lesman. He's got 4 fours, 26 runs, and 18 balls. Sorry, that was his fifth boundary. Score is 99 for 2. Chasing 120. So they need 22 runs in 8 overs. David Buckley again. This time over the wicket to the left hander, full on the stumps. Lesman strokes it down to long on. Takes an easy single. And as we've said before, it appears that Desmond Lewis Masters is one of the stronger teams in the Masters circuit. They're always competing, always have a good collection of players. This time he's on the stumps, plays forward, misses. There was an appeal, but apparently that one was high. This wicket is a bouncing wicket. Unless you pitch right up, it's going to be very difficult to get LBW decisions on this pitch. Anything short of a length will be bouncing over the stumps. Even a good length, it bounces over the stump, depending on the pace that you're bowling with and the point of delivery. Buckley now bowling to Lesman over the wicket. Right arm outside the off stump, full. Lesman drives, not getting a hold of it, and he's able to cross for 2. That's the end of David Buckley's over. Yeah. Somebody's. So 12 overs completed, 102 for 2, chasing 120. We're at the Silver Star Recreational Park in Orlando, Florida. Masters tournament number, I think this is the first one for the year. Typically, we have 3 main Masters tournament. This one in Orlando, then we'll have one in Florida, and then the big one in Jamaica towards the end of the year. And most of these teams are representative of the circuit. Again, Baker is going to be bowling his slow spinners again. His second over, his first over, conceded 9 runs. And it will be Donald Bennett taking strike. He's on 10 from 10 balls. Desmond Lewis Masters, 102 for 2, chasing 120. This is the 13th over. Flies again, very slowly, and the batsman plays forward. He himself retrieves the ball and threw it to the bowler. David Baker, former Homewood Technical High School player. This time he comes down and swings it to long on. The fielder did not make an attempt to take a catch. He tried to save the boundary. I thought he had a chance there. That ball was about 10 yards in front of him. If he had gotten a good start, he could have made an attempt at taking a catch, which is very much needed at this point of the game. In any case, one run for Watson, and Lesman is back this time to a shorter ball outside the off stump, steers it down to third man region, and collect 2 more runs to his tally. He's on to 29, Lesman, from 19. We have a man there at that short third man point next to the umpire. And this time he pulls to mid wicket. And I think that's Yankee out there at the mid wicket inside the circle. Yankee batted very well last night, even though he came in late. He played some beautiful shots. This time he swings it down to the fielder at long on, wide long on, and collects another single. And there's no pace on the ball there for the batsman have to be generating all the pace, which is not a bad ploy. This pitch. Short turns, man changes over for the right-hander. David Baker pitches up. This one is down the leg side. Umpire signals why. And must I say, extras are a big part of this tournament so far. There's a lot of extras. But given that it's much older players playing, we can forgive them for some of that because these are people who are not playing cricket every day. Bennett down the wicket and goes high and hard over long on for 6. Beautiful shot. That was flighted up and around leg stump, and he gave it the treatment. One 13 for 2. 8 runs to win. 13th over has been bowled. And this time it's Oliver Buckler who's bowling. The twin brother, I think they are twins, right?
Yeah.
Their father recently passed away in South Florida. He's been a prominent cricketer in the South Florida region. They're out of Trelawney, Albertown, Trelawney, I must say. But they are definitely not on top today with their team. This time it's a good length delivery on and around off stump. Lesman just strokes it out to point and take a single. Where Baker is the fielder. Seven runs needed. I'm sure the next 2 teams are still scheduling. The next 2 teams are getting ready. It's a quick turnover in these matches are important because time is limited. They're trying to get 3 20 over games in one day. This one was full. Bennett pushes it back to the bowler. It's now 12:44 and we're coming to the end of the first game. This one is full again, and this time Bennett swings it down to the wicket. And scampers for a single. So the next game, Desmond drives in the air, peels off the edge, and runs down to the third man boundary for 4. Off that ball from outside the off stump. And the next game will be Forever Masters versus Winners Edition. That's scheduled for 11:25, so we're running a bit behind time with some of these games. I'm thinking 20 overs might be too much to fit 3 games in a day. I think the organizers should think about limiting the number of overs whenever you're putting 3 games in one day, even though the evenings are long. Short and pull for 6. That might be, and that's the game is over. So Desmond Lewis Masters with a commanding win. And I think they've won all their games so far. So they played 3-1-3. 120, 125 for 2. They were chasing 120. Desmond finishes on 41, not out from 25, and Donald Bennett 18 from 15. Yeah, your coverage has been produced by TVN Cricket Power Play, and it's live on YouTube. And you just type in TVN, and you should be able to see all the cricket games that we've done so far. Also, there a list of games on the TVN subscription. You gotta subscribe and like to keep us doing this. I know you guys out there want to see cricket. Okay. And we have some sponsors. We want to mention them at this time. Robertson Robert Realty. We have the Winners Edition clothing. We have Peace of Mind, Professional Surveillance, SDJ Sports, and Well Doctor, who are some of the sponsors for this tournament. And so far, I must say this has been a successful tournament. Let's give an update on the international scores as we come to the end of this game. So Tyrone Gale got 20 from this score, from the Desmond Lewis Masters. Tyrone Gale got 20. Omar Watson 35. Ray Lesmond got 41, and Donald Bennett 18. And the bowling statistics: Oliver Buckler 2.5 overs, 36 runs, no wicket. And Mahfouz Ali was the other wicket taker, 2 overs, 13 for 1 for bowlers of note. Let me see what on the international stage, what's going on with the Chennai Super Kings. They're 61 for 2, chasing 191 off 9.2 overs. And at the crease, you have a Jean Clever Haney on 26 and Darrell Mitchell on 27. Their run rate is at 11.9, which indicates that they need to step it up also. That's another interesting game going on today, the second of two in the IPL. But there's your crowd. You're looking at the tents and the next two teams getting ready to do battle at the Silver Star Recreational Center. And I'm going to take a break, gentlemen, and we'll be back when the other game got started.